3rd, Thai Tzu brothers and sisters went to the area to investigate the disaster. When they returned, they said locals need hot food and clean water.
那边这是地下水的取水口哦，水深超过40米深。
Every well by these houses is very shallow. Basically, it has been polluted, as the turbidity is very high. We asked them what water they usually drink, and they say rainwater. The Tzu volunteers took 2 sets of 4th-generation Qwater, a Tzu-developed water purifier, to the village to be assembled and used.
Okay. Okay.
After a quick drink, they have confidence in the clean water. Soon the news spread, and despite the mud and being barefoot, many people came. After setting it up, a lot of villagers are waiting in a queue every day for our clean water. The entire row of clean water supplies in the village chief's office is like rain in the desert. Since this support, the supply of drinking water has been solved for more than 800 villagers. Up until October 2018, when Tzu volunteers completed their emergency rescue service, leaving a set of water purifiers, though they still continue to perform some tasks in the area.
During disasters, our drinking water can experience this type of turbidity. As long as there's water purification equipment, in just 10 seconds, this saving water can be produced.
现在可以喝了吗？
可以了。
出来了。 喝起来的感觉怎么样？
口感还不错。
This set of water purifiers is the 3rd generation of Qwater from Tzu, which returned from Laos. It can be carried in 4 airplane suitcases. This highly convenient design is the latest development from the Water Resources Agency, ITRI, and Tzu, who have been working on this project for the past 8 years.
This container is actually the 1st generation of water purification equipment from Tzu. It was used on 4 major disaster relief missions by Tzu volunteers.
请问第一次是在什么时候
？2000年前往委内瑞拉赈灾
，2001年到汐止赈灾，2004年到菲律宾赈灾，2004年南亚海啸印尼雅西赈灾。
Although the 1st-generation water purification equipment is currently in storage, Tzu's emergency rescue water purification team often performs regular maintenance. 3/4 of a container is a water reservoir. The other quarter is a control system, and a generator and filtering buckets. From this pipe, water enters. There are 2 chemicals. One is chlorine, and the other is potassium alum. The water purification equipment in this 20-foot container can produce 500 tons of water a day. Such a large amount of water is like a small water plant, which is very helpful in disaster areas. Entering ITRI, the water purification equipment displayed in front of us is Qwater, which was done through cooperation with Tzu. Its core technology also meets conditions associated with various disaster relief missions. Most important water pollutants in disaster areas are turbidity and bacteria in the water, so we designed 3 water purification units. The first filter is BioNet porous foam, which looks like the filter from an aquarium, as the main function is to remove turbidity. The second is activated carbon, which mainly absorbs organic pollutants. The third is UF ultrafiltration membrane, which separates bacteria and fine materials. The average bacteria is probably around a micron in size, but the UF can separate at 0.1 micron, catching some 90% of bacteria, so it makes our drinking water more safe. Finally, with UV lamp sterilization, people can have great confidence in drinking clean water. For the 2nd generation of Qwater, emphasis was put on immediate consumption, with more attempts to make it more mobile. This 20-foot container, when it arrives at the disaster area, it can't move at all. There must be a crane to install it. Secondly, it requires a lot of water, so we will have to change our direction and think of a honeycomb concept. The improved 3.5-ton water purifiers came in handy during Typhoon Haiyan in the Philippines. However, something unexpected occurred.
因为我们的 Qwater 没办法处理钠离子，就是
Because our Qwater can't handle sodium ions, the salt must pass through RO before we can handle it. Then we started thinking about brackish water when we are doing disaster relief and how to deal with it. A new generation of water purification system with RO was added to remove ions from the water. They did not expect to use the system in Taiwan 2 years later. Typhoon Sodalor brought mud and debris to Wulai. The turbidity of the Nansha River, a major water source in the greater Taipei area, was quite high. Tzu quickly dispatched a clean water rescue operation. Because a local water source is too turbid, there's no way to handle it. Water from other areas was brought by truck. Then this water treatment equipment was used to provide clean water to disaster victims. The turbidity of the raw water is too high, which affected the efficiency of the water purifier. For this reason, volunteers went to find suitable spring water. This is the beginning of their task to produce clean water. On average, 15 tons of water was produced every day, which could successfully supply the Army deployed for disaster relief work and 6,000 residents. In fact, we see that disasters every year are getting more and more serious. We hope in the future we can have more water purification equipment to meet the different needs of various disaster areas. When there is clean water, disaster can be avoided. The combination of technology and compassion, as well as a commitment to disaster relief, can provide great strength in mitigating future natural disasters.